In the name of God, hello everybody. This is session 8 of your discourse analysis lesson. As you know, in the previous sessions, I talked about the relationship between topic and discourse content, and I talked about, speakers, topic, and the effect of topic on the content of each discourse, and how we can recognize the topic in each discourse. Okay, in this session, again, I want to talk about the relationship between topic and the content. Okay, the relevance and speaking topically. The topic framework, as we have described it, represents the area of overlap in the knowledge which has been activated and is shared by the participants at a particular point in the discourse. As you know, in the previous session, talked about the topic framework, which is a kind of framework which consists of the shared knowledge of the participants and the activated features of the topic. And this is, we call it topic framework, and our topic in conversation should be in this kind of framework. So in this kind of framework, we can choose our topic and continue our conversation. And the relevance feature here is a kind of feature which some linguists like Grice talk about this kind of feature. Okay, Grice has a kind of conversational maxims. One of those maxim is relevant. Relevance means that make your contribution relevant in terms of the existing topic framework. So this is the main or one of the most important features or maxims of the conversation. We should make our contribution relevant to the topic of the conversation. So once the elements in the topic framework and the interrelationships between them have been identified, the analysis has some basis for making judgment of relevance with regard to conversational contribution. So this is the relevance feature is one of those most features and maxims in each conversation. What we have characterized as a convention of conversational discourse, making our contribution relevant in terms of the existing topic framework, could be captured more in the expression speaking topically. So by this sentence, make our contribution relevant in terms of the existing topic framework. We can mean speaking topically. Okay, this is this show kind of relevance to the topic, speaking topically. We could say that a discourse participant is speaking topically. It means that each participant in a conversation should speak based on the specific topic. When he makes his contribution fit closely to the most recent elements incorporated in the topic framework. This is most noticeable in conversations where each participant pick up elements from the contribution of the preceding speaker and incorporates them in his contribution. So in each conversation, each participant should choose some elements from another conversation and should proceed his or her speaking based on that elements and those shared elements. This is a kind of speaking topically. So when participants concentrating their talk on one particular entity, individual, or issue, in such situation the participants may in fact speak topically, but they might also be said to be speaking on a topic. This is another term related to this information. When participants talk about one particular entity or individual or issue, we can say that he or she speaks on a topic. So this is a kind of term related to speaking topically. So an extreme example of speaking on a topic would be in a, for example, debate, where one participant ignored the previous speaker's contribution and presented his talk quite independently of any connection with what went before. In practice, we should find that any conversational fragment will exhibit patterns of talk in which both speaking topically and speaking on a topic are present. Both forms are based on the existing topic framework. So these, the participants should, obey these kinds of rules, speaking topically and speaking on a topic in each, conversation. But both of these rules are based on the existing topic framework. Okay, but the distinction of these two terms derives from what each individual speaker treats as the salient element in the existing topic framework. So it is quite often the case that a speaker will treat what he was talking about in his last contribution as the most salient element, and what the other speaker talk about, though more recent, as less salient. So in each conversation, each participant thinks that his or her sentences are more important and more salient than the other speaker. So this, facet of conversational discourse quite naturally leads to a consideration of the individual speaker's topic within what we have been discussing as the conversational topic. There is a kind of example in page 85. You can look at it. This is a kind of, example which relates to this kind of speaking topically. So we can conclude that each participant and each speaker in in the conversation thinks that his elements and his sentences are more important and more salient than the other participant. Okay, identifying the elements in the topic framework at any point in the discourse allows the analysis to make claims about what is involved in speaking topically. So this is a kind of information about the relationship between discourse and the topic. So as as a participant in any conversation, we should focus on a specific topic and speaking topically and have a kind of specific topic to talk about it. But these kind of information shows that each participant think that his or her sentences and information are more salient than the other participant. Okay, the other term which related to this topic is speaker's topic. So far we have concentrating on describing the conversational topic, okay, but neglecting the notion of a speaker's topic. So far just we talk about the kind of conversational topic, but we don't talk about the speaker's topic. But as you know, each speaker in any conversation may have it's kind of specific topic. So as we have already pointed out, the analysis typically treats conversational data as something complete, as a static product of some recorded interaction. In doing so, he may lose sight of the fact that conversational discourse is dynamic and that his data represents a process. As you know, the conversational discourse is not a static product, but is a kind of dynamic product which is like a process. Okay, if we can treat any piece of conversational data as a process in which two or more participants speak within a topic framework, we should also find in their contribution elements which characterize their own personal speaker's topic. So in each conversation, which is a kind of dynamic process, each participant has his or her speaker's topic, a specific topic which talks about that topic. So conversation is a kind of dynamic process, not static product. Okay, we shall look at a fragment of a spoken discourse, not in terms of how we would characterize the participant shared information, but in terms of a process in which each participant expresses a personal topic within the general topic framework of the conversation. So as I said, the speaker each speaker may have his or her specific topic, but that topic is within the topic framework. Okay, so again, we have a kind of example. You can look at that example in your book. There are 2 points worth noting. First, it is a feature of a lot of conversation that topics are not fixed beforehand, okay, but are negotiated in the process of conversing. So this point shows that we don't choose the topic beforehand, but when we start talking about something. Through the process of talking, we may choose our topics, and we may change our topics. So the next topic of conversation after we start the conversation may is developing and may change. Each speaker contributes to the conversation in terms of both the existing topic framework and his or her personal topic. So there are a kind of framework, topic framework, which we should talk on that framework, but we ourselves may have our own personal topic. So it's a kind of, so our topic is not a kind of fixed term, but it's a kind of like a process. We may change our topics, or we may choose during our conversation, we may choose new topics. A second point to be noted is that personal topics are frequently introduced through first person reference in one form or another. These are two points related to the topic and personal topic. So we do not suggest that discourse analysis should spend their time looking for potential alternative meaning in what the speakers say in a conversation, but we do suggest that the analysis should not simply assume that there is a single static topic of conversation in any conversational fragment. So again I want to tell you about this this phenomena that the speaker and any conversation hasn't a kind of static topic of conversation, but we may change our topic, and this is a kind of a dynamic process, so we may change our topics during the conversation. So this is about speaker's topic. The other title which I want to talk about it in this session is topic boundary markers. Okay, if there are any boundary markers for any topic, and if we change our topic, is there any kind of marker to show us this changing of the topic? In this section we shall look at the formal devices used to mark the boundaries of chunks of both written and then spoken discourse, which form large units of some kind, such as paragraphs. Okay, paragraphs are the chunks of written, just written, not a spoken, written discourse. So paragraph is a kind of formal device to show us the topic change, is one of those marker to show the topic change. It has been suggested that Instead of undertaking the difficult task of attempting to define what a topic is, we should concentrate on describing what we recognize as topic shift. Okay, so we can, guess that by changing the paragraph, or maybe we change our topic, and there is a kind of topic shift in each paragraph. So that is between two continuous pieces of discourse which are intuitively considered to have two different topics. There should be a point at which the shift from one topic to the next is marked. If we can characterize this marking of topic shift, then we shall have found a structural basis for dividing up stretches of discourse into a series of smaller units. So again, I want to say you that there are some formal devices to recognize the topic shift. One of those formal devices is paragraph. By changing the paragraph and by starting a new paragraph, we may start a new topic. So paragraph is one of those formal devices to show topic shift. Okay, so here I want to talk about the paragraphs. It might seem that identifying the formal demarcation of chunks of written or printed discourse is a relatively simple task. After all, written discourse is divided into paragraphs whose boundaries are marked by indentation. Topic shift in written discourse then could be identified with the beginning of each new paragraph. Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be as simple as that. So, as I told you, one of those devices, those markers to show topic shift is changing the paragraphs. Okay, so maybe by changing the paragraphs and starting the new paragraph, we may want to show the topic shift, but it doesn't seem to be as simple as that. Okay, we may change the paragraph not just because of the topic shift, but may change, for example, the paragraph for stylistic concerns, for journalists. We have a kind of journalist paragraphs, we have a kind of orthographic paragraphs, genre specific, change of setting and theme, participant orientation, and topic shift. So as you see here, one of those reasons for changing the paragraph is topic shift. We may change the paragraph, for example, by changing the participant, or just based on, by changing the setting and the theme, we may change the paragraphs. Or we may change the paragraph which shows the styles of any writer or journalist in any journal may use a kind of different paragraphs, or because of some a specific genre, we may change our paragraphs. So one of those reasons is just topic change. So it doesn't seem to be as simple as that, but again, I want to say that the paragraph and the changing of a paragraph is one of those formal marker to show the topic shift, but it's not the only reason for topic shift. There are so many reasons for changing, and so many formal markers to show the topic shift, but one of those is paragraph. And as I told you, paragraph is a kind of chunks of just written and printed discourse, not spoken discourse. Okay, just this is a kind of marker for written and printed discourse. Okay, in this session, again, I try to talk about the relationship between topic and the content and discourse. Okay, first I talk about the feature of relevance. As I told you, we should make our contribution relevant to the topic framework. Then I talk about the speaking topically and speaking on a topic. and the differences between these two kind of terms. Then I talked about the speaker's topic. As you know, in every conversation, each participant may have his or her specific topic, and conversation is a kind of dynamic process. We may change our topics during the conversation. So then I talk about the topic at last. I talk about the topic boundary marker. There are some formal devices to show the topic shift. One of those formal devices in written text is paragraph, which may show by changing the paragraphs, we may show the topic shift. But it's not the only the topic change is not the only reason for starting the new paragraph. There are some other reason, but one of the reason of the changing the paragraph may be the topic change. So by changing the paragraphs, we may start the new topic. Okay, thank you for your attention. That's enough for this session, and goodbye everybody.